reflecting, with fingers tightly crossed, how blessed she was to be able to call this golden child her own. So many of her friends back in London had been driven half out of their minds by the stress of teenage hormones, addictions, and even, in 2 unlucky cases, hush-hush abortions. In fact, before moving away, Emma had reached a point where she'd started to feel almost embarrassed by Lauren's comparatively problem-free journey through what was supposed to be the most turbulent adolescent years. Still time for it all to kick in, she'd often heard herself saying to one mother or another, as if Lauren developing issues would somehow make them feel less singled out as the victims of the dreaded teenage revenge. "I have decided," Lauren pronounced, fixing her mother with a kind of look that told her there was to be no argument, "that you should come to India with me in September." Emma blinked again, and stumbled into an incredulous laugh. "You've always wanted to go," Lauren reminded her, "and ever since Donna and I started making our plans, I felt terrible about not including you. Lauren, I'm your mother. You're not supposed to include me, especially not on your gap year. It'll just be for the first couple of weeks, till Donna comes to join me. All right, I could easily delay my flight and go at the same time as her, now she's having to be bridesmaid for her sister. But then I thought, why don't we, you and me, have a holiday together doing some of the things you want to do in India before I take off with Donna?" Emma was shaking her head in amazement. "You and your crazy ideas," she chided, knowing Lauren meant it, and wondering how many other girls her age would seriously want their mothers travelling India with them. "Isn't it brill? I knew you'd love it. So, shall we check to see if we can get you on the same flight as me, and then we can work out what we'll do and where we'll stay when we get there? I mean, I know you won't want to do all the backpacking stuff, but I'm cool with 5-star. With a splutter of laughter, Emma said, "I'm sure you are, but I'm afraid the closest we'll ever get to that is dreaming." "That's okay. We can find less expensive places to stay, like ashrams or hostels, and we can get trains and rickshaws and go in search of ourselves or enlightenment or love." Electrified by the theme, she went on, "Imagine if you found someone like, what's his name, you know, the megazillionaire who that actress was married to." With dancing eyes, Emma said, "I suspect you mean Liz Hurley and Aaron... I'm blanking on his surname." "It doesn't matter. He might still be free. And if he is, once he knows about you... Actually, I'm starting to think the sooner we get out there the better, because we don't want him being snapped up." "Stop it," Emma protested, getting up and squeezing past Lauren to go and put on the kettle. "No, come on, Mom. You've got to think out of the box here. Not that this house is a box exactly. Well, it is, but a lovely box, and I'm totally happy in it if you are. But I definitely think we need a holiday, and you need a man. Lauren, okay, Aaron, what's his name, might be a bit radical, but you have to admit that us going to India together is seriously cool." Emma couldn't deny that if she allowed herself to, she might easily become every bit as excited by the idea as Lauren seemed to be, since spending a fortnight living a lifelong dream, especially with her daughter, whose company she adored, had even more appeal. In fact, way, way more appeal than becoming the future Mrs. Nayar. That was his name. As if there was even a remote chance of that. She was getting as bad as Lauren with her flights of fancy. "You've got some money now you've sold the business?" Lauren was running on. "Okay, I know you're going to say it isn't much, because it isn't. In fact, I was lucky to come out with anything at all, as you well know, and I need every penny now while I look for a job. Which you'll find no problem, because who wouldn't want you? You're brilliant at everything, and everyone likes you, and... Oh, Mum, please don't tell me you're going to say no. You can't. It's what you want, I know it is. And think about it this way. If you come with me, you won't have to worry about me being in a foreign country all on my own till Donna turns up." A very good point. A very good point indeed. Even so, I'm going to need some time to think about it. "What's to think about? Why don't we just go ahead and book?" "Because we've hardly been in this house a month. We overspent..."